Well, welcome. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. What we ask of you is this: to sit and listen. Listen to the vibration. Listen to the frequency. For that is where the healing, the understanding, the love resides. The words that you hear are processed by you, processed by your ears, processed by your thinking. But it is this vibration that enters in and connects. So now, align yourself with this vibration. Allow yourself to be immersed in this frequency. For where is it? For where is it that you reside in your understanding of your strength, your truth? Where is it that you are placed here in this existence, in this truth and this strength? It is to understand where this is in your physicality and where it resides in the energy around you. Your strength and your truth are intertwined. For if it was not the strength that holds you, the strength that binds you into this human form, truth would be non-existent. But if it weren't for the truth, your existence would have no purpose, would have no understanding amongst all of what you do. For you see, they balance each other in all that you do. For what you've experienced to this point, in your existence, in your humanity, in your humanness, has all been based upon this strength and this truth. Many of you do not think about the strength and truth that you hold within you. Many of you go about your daily life and you look upon all the things that you do by what you have done and how you have aligned to certain things. But at its core is your strength and your truth. It is your guidance. It is what aligns you. It is what moves you forward before you even take the first step. But many of you have been challenged by this. Many of you have been challenged by this strength and this truth that resides within. But we are here to tell you the challenges are purposeful. The challenges are necessary. The challenges are exactly the way you have aligned them. For you see the future that lies before you, as it has been expressed in the past. There is much that is yet to come. This processing of energy, this change, this evolution, this expression of oneself is going to change. But for what you've experienced this far, you've entered into a space of change. The challenges of truth, the challenges of strength are a bit upsetting at times. They challenge each fiber of the essence of the humanness, because that's what you've planned. That's what you've executed upon. That is contractually what you've aligned with. But understand, each one of those moments, each one of those expressions of your contract, that you've been challenged and it has brought through the truth of who you are because of the strength that has been placed beneath you. But the strength is built upon the truth. And the truth is what is expressed outwardly from here, from your heart, from the expression of your energy. So what you've been challenged with in the past, it is now time to acknowledge it. It is time to look back upon it. Each one of those moments, each one of those challenges, allow yourself to look back to that past, whether it is in this life or lives past. Look upon those challenges and understand exactly, brick by brick, piece by piece, that has built the foundation of strength beneath you. Acknowledge that. Thank it. Give it gratitude. Give it as much love as necessary. And as you do, you understand this placement of truth. The truth isn't always the words that are spoken. The truth isn't always the actions that you do. Truth is the pure essence of self. No words necessary. No actions necessary. It is purely you, the divine essence, the divine that you are. Words complicate. Actions overrun. But merely being present in the truth of who you are speaks louder and does more than any word or action. But you could not achieve that without building that foundation first. Then that foundation comes through challenge. And each one of you have done exactly what you have set out to do. You've challenged yourself exactly how you were meant to challenge yourself. So do not be difficult upon yourself for doing this. Do not look upon this challenge and these challenges as being something that you shouldn't have done. But it is to sit back and give yourself ample gratitude for all that you've done. Allow yourself to give yourself a hug and say, thank you for allowing me to take on these challenges, to allow me to stand here in my truth. For the days to come, the months to come, the years to come, this truth and this strength will be ever so important. For you are going to be the guiding light, the guiding peace in so many lives. So it is now time to take it for yourself and be at peace with all that you have taken on.
Beautiful. Thank you for that opening message. So speaking of challenges and what might be upcoming in 2023, can you give us any indication in terms of the U.S. or South Carolina, what we might want to be aware of, particularly related to weather problems or health concerns, please?
This aspect of what is to come in your future, this upcoming year, is not unlike what has been in the past. Yes, it will be wrought with challenge. That is the essence of a human existence. That you must have an understanding of primarily. For the human existence is one that, as you put together your contract of existence, is one to have these challenges. But to understand to a greater sense of weather or other phenomenon or conflicts whether it is here in your local area or whether it is across the globe. It is this to understand. For the conflicts, the weather, the challenges physically throughout this planet have always existed. And they will continue to exist. And that is the purpose of this planet. But it is for you, individually, to begin to shift focus. For when your focus is squarely on all of what is taking place, the challenges, then that is where your energy is focused, that is where your placement is focused, that is where your humanness is focused, that is where all is focused. And it's much easier for the human mind to override anything that you are being led to do, because you are embroiled in all of the energy that it takes to sustain what is in front of you. Distraction. So it is to begin to shift the distractions out of your vision. For you in this area, for you upon this planet, the change that is to come. The change that is to come individually and collectively, but you are an individual piece. So allow your attention to be focused with your alignment, not of the distractions. Allow them to take place. They are going to take place. Allow them to be just a mere glimpse. It is not to say not to be prepared if there is an area you need to be prepared for. Then that is for the humanness to prepare, not for your energetic divine self to prepare, because you must take care of the humanness, otherwise the divine does not have a vessel to operate. So allow yourself to take as much preparedness as you need, but not to be overly distracted by what is, but allow yourself to realign with your divine aspect. Because when you align with this divine aspect, all of the challenges, all of the distractions that are out in front of you become very small. Align yourself with those that are equally of the same vibration, the same awareness. They too have distractions in front of them, but they are small. But yet they are aware when it is time to prepare.
Beautiful, very helpful, thank you. Our friend Laura has been struggling for quite some time, and she's wondering why she chose to experience so much humiliation and rejection in this lifetime. Can you offer her some words of comfort, please?
This uncomfortableness that is within, this uncomfortableness that you witness within, this challenge that you've placed before you. It is to understand it, yes, and you understand this as a reflection. But it is the humanness that keeps asking the question, why would I put this in front of me? Why would I challenge myself with this? Why would I put this into my awareness if I have so much more to do? You see, no matter the distraction, no matter what label you wish to put upon it, no matter how much it affects the humanness, it is this. For as you appear to yourself and the challenges that lay within, begin to shift that. It was mentioned about the foundation, the strength. For this is merely a point in your existence here, in this humanness, in this life. that you've been challenged in building this strength. So now, as you witness and you experience these challenges, shift your focus into that challenge, into that piece of self, and convert it, change it into a piece, into a block, into a puzzle piece if it is, and place that here on your foundation. Because it is this that is strengthening you. You are witnessing it from your humanness. You are trying to evolve it into an energetic piece, but the energetic piece isn't going to align until you change the perspective of why it's in front of you. Peer into the mirror, look at yourself. Understand that each time you bring these pieces up, they don't need to go back into the thought process, but they need to go into your strength. Acknowledge them and move them here, not here. Do not continue to think about them. The human mind will unravel all of your awareness very quickly, much quicker than you can do it yourself. And so if you allow the challenges to keep recycling, instead of moving those pieces here into the strength of your foundation, the strength of who you are, and as you do, you build another layer of truth. And you begin to realize the balance has been offset, and now you're resetting the balance. And the balance is the truth you will begin to witness, the true aspect of self. So it is this to understand, move the pieces here to the foundation and not allow the mind to recycle them. Do not be challenged by your humanness. Be challenged by the strength of your divine.
Beautiful, thank you for that. Emily is curious why she feels a vibration on the couch or the bed when she's about to fall asleep or waking up.
You are not alone in this understanding and not alone in these sensations. For this is the prelude to your, as you would understand it, your astral travel. This is your vibrational state breaking free of your physical state. You are in a point of consciousness at which you are just at the verge of shifting frequency to the point of travel. You are still in an awareness state that you are sensing it within your physical presence. And at that point, when you become aware, the switch is turned. Your physical state remains, and your energetic state travels to do its work elsewhere. So do not be put off by it, but acknowledge it and enjoy the process.
Exciting, thank you. And speaking of astral travel, Alex is curious what he's been doing on the astral plane when he's sleeping. What is his role?
There are many divisions that take place. Once the energetic departs, it is fragmented into a number of pieces to enter into multiple reality points. And this is why at times, as the essence floods back into the humanness, there's a bit of disconnect, there's a bit of separation. Your energetic state is trying to assemble all of the pieces before your humanness is fully present once again. But once these pieces fragment and enter into multiple different reality points, multiple different dimensions, aligning with your galactic piece, each one of them are set out onto separate missions, sometimes overlapping, but gaining information in each reality point, there are a number of parallel existences that you are running simultaneously. So you are pulling that information into this existence, understanding what has taken place along these paths, so that the alignments here do not cross-connect. The information that you bring here into this existence from the parallel existences is one to act as a bit of deja vu as you progress through your physical daily life. There are moments at which it has happened, but has not, but has. This is your deja vu. This is the remembrance. This is the unlocking of those dormant pieces. As the other pieces, the other fragments go about their business, they too are clearing much work for others. You are aligning with others that are in this transitional state, this astral state. You are aligning with them to guide them and assist them in their clearing and healing processes. So to understand what you are doing, there is a multiple facet understanding to what is taking place in that astral realm. But do not be overly concerned, other than the fact that once you enter back fully into the human state, into the physicality, there is a bit of time that is needed to fully enter into the solid form of the human once again.
Fascinating, thank you. And the people that are also in a transitional state that he's helping, are they humans that he knows now in this lifetime?
There are many.
Awesome, thank you. Wendy is curious what she should focus on in this upcoming year, 2023, please.
The fluid aspect of one's understanding, the fluid aspect of all that is taking place and all that has taken place, this fluid aspect of oneself, this understanding of remaining fluid in all understanding of what is to come. For the year past and the year past that has been one that has been quite structured, quite rigid. This upcoming year is one to remain absolutely fluid. This is good advice for all, but in particular you, to remain very fluid in all that is to come. There are many changes on your horizon. You are yet to intersect with them. Those are placements. Those are waypoints that you've put out in front of you. They are there in front of you. Be aware of them. They are approaching quickly. Remain fluid in each one of the decision points that is approaching. For those that you will be connecting to, those that will be surrounding you, will be very instrumental in taking you into another level of your awareness. But remain fluid in all of the teachings that will be provided.
Wow, exciting. Thank you. Maria is curious what's the best way to release emotions that are trapped in her body and cells. And I imagine this is beneficial for many of us right now.
One is to identify the emotions that need to be released. What emotions are they? Are they legacy emotions that you've brought over from time? Have you brought these in from past lives? Have you brought these emotions over and over into this existence in order to clear them, in order to stop that process? Are these emotions that you're bringing in as you do your work outside of your humanness? One step first is to identify. How do you identify it? Is to sit with each one of the vibrational, emotional aspects of the humanness. If it is the emotion of being sad, allow yourself to wander within that spectrum of energy, understanding that is not just one frequency stream, it is a spectrum. And allow yourself to wander within that spectrum. Allow the humanness to take on that aspect of being sad and questioning, where is it coming from? If you're feeling pulled into the distance, it could be coming from those past life experiences, those past traumatic experiences. If it is an aspect of feeling sad very close to you, it is here in this life. but it is to identify them first. Once you identify them, begin to restructure them. Sit with them. Allow them to emotionally flow through you. For you must understand this: the human body itself is an excellent conductor of transmuting those energies. But you must physically release them. Not hold them, not store them. It is to physically release each one of those emotions, whether it is the deepest, darkest emotion you have or the highest, enlightened emotion you have. It is to release them physically. Through crying, through laughter, it doesn't matter, but they must physically be expressed. And as you do so, allow gratitude. Allow gratitude to surround it. And as it is expressed, allow it to be expressed out into the universe in front of you. Understanding the universe will swallow it up and transmute it well beyond your existence. For it will never dissipate, but it will be transmuted into a new energetic form. But for you, the human, it is to acknowledge, it is to identify, it is to release.
Very helpful. Thank you for that. So Judy has been hosting sound baths in her home, and for the last 2 sound baths, several people have heard footsteps on the floor above. She's curious who that is that's joining them, and she's curious if she should continue to host these events for the community in her home.
The space that you are creating, the space in which you are creating this experience of sound and vibration. You are allowing a pathway to be opened each time this takes place. And it is only for that period of time, but it is this to understand. When you send out vibration, just as you as a human, as you express your own divine vibration outward, no words needed, others will begin to gather. As you express through vibration, through song, through sound, through music, spirits will gather. They too want to enjoy the beauty in the vibration. They too want to partake in that vibration. They too want to be filled with the beauty of that vibration. So do not be put off. Do not be frightened. Do not have any fear in those that are gathering physically and in spirit. Welcome them. Set a table for them. Set a chair for them. Allow them to enter into your space. Allow yourself to be filled by their presence. They too want to experience what you are experiencing. And they will depart at the end when all is disconnected. And you can bid them farewell. But you have control of your space. But they too want to enjoy it as much as you do.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. So Jill is curious how she can ensure a good pregnancy, please.
Allow the vibrational expression of the new. Allow this expression of the new to speak to you. You will begin to understand the voice that comes through. This relationship that is already building will become stronger. The human form will do what it needs to do. Honor what the human form requires. But for the divine, for the vibrational, it is this to begin to strengthen. The internal conversation that is already taking place is strengthening. But it is to understand it just a bit differently. For the divine that is within is just waiting. It already knows you've made this agreement. You've aligned to this peace. The true connection is yet to come. The true voice is yet to be heard. This is all beginning to become new. So align yourself quietly. Focus inward. Witness this divine that is within. And speak, not through words, but from here. Speak with your heart. Speak with the vibration of your divine. And that will fill your essence. That will carry you through. And what will emerge in time will be the beauty of a new existence that you are already aligned with.
Amazing, lovely, thank you. And Jill's friend Naomi is curious about her purpose, but also whether she and Jill have had past lives together.
For you have come into this experience, not only into this experience, but many past. You've carried this throughout time into this experience, this life. This also runs deep throughout the ancestral line. Is this aspect of master, healer, one that unites, one that refines, and one that strengthens. Quietly, but with strength. Quietly, but with purpose. So it is this to understand, it is this that has been brought through time into this life and will continue. This is a thread that is in existence for all time. This existence of healer, purposeful and strong. The connection between these two individuals is one that has been united through a number of lives, yes. They have held the position of siblings in most of these lives. Brother, sister, brother, brother, sister, sister. Throughout time, it is always intertwined. A uniting is always taken place. There's been separation, but yet a reuniting has taken place. And this too, in this life, there's been a separation, but a uniting that has taken place. So it is this that is in place now. It is to understand these distant past lives of how each have taught each other different aspects of one's own existence. It is this internal search that is in place, but one teaches the other, always, over and over again. And this too, in this life, it is this existence that has taken place.
How beautiful, thank you for that. Samantha K. is curious what she most needs to know or to be doing during the first quarter of this year of 2023.
It is this aspect of sitting for a moment, taking a minute to relax, taking a minute to catch one's breath, but yet expanding exponentially. For as you move forward, as you are progressing, as you are continually being activated, There's no time to expand. It is all here, right in front of you. It is continually taking place. Things are unraveling and being witnessed to. But it is this time now to catch one's breath, relax just a bit for self. And in doing so, you will see the expansiveness that lies before you. You can then pinpoint the areas in which you wish to explore in more detail. Now it is all one blur, but now if you sit, relax, catch one's breath, you'll see on the horizon exactly where you need to focus. This is what needs to be done.
Awesome, thank you. And Tracy is curious, what is the purpose of the dog that came into her life?
Understand this, it is an agreement that you have made with this particular animal. You have agreed for this intersection, and it is this for this intersection to take place. There is a layer of unconditional love that is going to be brought forward. This animal is going to witness to you this aspect of self that has not been overly explored. It has been in place, but it hasn't been overly explored. It is something that many humans do not. They understand it, but yet they do not explore it. For you, it will be this. It is to explore the depths of this unconditional love, for it is purposeful for what lies on your horizon, this point in time that you have laid out for yourself. There will be a decision. There will be a decision that is approaching. And once you understand this depth of unconditional love, this decision is going to be extremely easy to make. But it is for you to understand this for yourself within the purity of unconditional love.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Date is curious about the breaking of her kneecap, along with some of the other major changes that have happened recently, like quitting her job and moving. What does she need to know that she may not be aware of with regard to particularly the knee, but all things?
For in this last period of time, this last cycle of time, there has been much flexibility that has taken place within oneself. There's been much change and flexibility, new aspects of witnessing to self. But this aspect of the knee, this point of flexibility, and this is the body's way. As traumatic as it may be, it is the body's way to have you physically recognize that the flexibility, the point of flexibility that has taken place is not needed moving forward. There is a divine focus that is needed. For yes, you could have been given this in a message, you could have been given this in many other experiences, but would you have executed upon what was given? Because of the flexibility and what has been revealed over the last period of time, you would have kept moving, kept shuffling, kept reaching, kept striding for something else. But this, the physicality of it, is to renew a much younger you and the focus that was. Bring it now into this you and have a focus, a divine focus, a purity of focus that you haven't had in so long. This focus is the guiding point, the evolution point. For the physicality is merely just holding you But what you're going to see is this focus, this very directed focus, becomes part of your awareness. The healing is going to take place much faster. So it is this as a reward. So it is this to understand, this divine focus that is going to be becoming much more aware to you. You are going to become aligned with it. Just as you were in the past, it will now become new again, and you will be ever changed.
Wonderful. And what is it that Candace needs to know tonight, please?
It is this understanding of self and the path that is laid out before you. For everyone's path is just as they've laid it before them, just as you. Your path is just as you've agreed to. But yet, there have been detours, there have been expressions that have taken you out from your path, or so you perceive. Yes, you may have gone to the edge of your path and found your way back to center. But now as you're questioning this existence, as you're questioning all of what has taken place, there's an underlying understanding that is not quite in view. There is this change that has taken place. There is this humanness that is accepting certain things, but yet there's a point that is just not in view. This is what you're searching for. This is that point. It is this pure alignment of understanding of the pure divine that you sit with. But it is the acceptance of the humanness into this pure divine. How do you align with it? How do you express these pieces? And this is a message for all. To understand this disconnectedness, this feeling as if you are on the margins of your path, but yet you know there's a point in the middle in which you must achieve. All the questions are a bit disorientating. It is this to understand about yourself, your humanness, your divine aspect. You are exactly where you need to be. No matter the distractions, no matter the margins, no matter where you are along your path, you're exactly where you set out to be. But it is a point of recognition to understand, now that you know you are exactly where you need to be, now you can begin to focus on self. You can focus on the divine. You don't have to worry about, am I where I'm supposed to be? Because you're exactly where you are. You are not lost. You are exactly where you've set out to be. For if you could peer back into your contract, you'd understand. The pinpoint on the map would be exactly where you're sitting today. It is this point. This is for all humans to understand. Do not worry about where you should be, because you are exactly where you need to be. Allow that to be your focus. Allow that to be your gratitude. Allow that to be your strength and your truth and your love. All aspects of your divine self. Then you can move forward. Then you can move forward in confidence. You can take one step forward and understand, I am exactly where I need to be, and I'm learning exactly what I need to do. I'm meeting exactly who I need to meet. I'm speaking to exactly who I need to speak to. I'm doing the things I need to be doing. That all comes in strength. That all comes in truth. So do not worry yourself that you are misguided, that you are somewhere you shouldn't be. But go to bed tonight understanding, giving gratitude to the universe that you are exactly where you need to be. Now allow the universe to show you where you should align, what you should be doing, who and what is before you.
Beautiful. That was almost full circle, but I still have one more question. I'm curious, Will has had a couple of pretty profound acupuncture sessions, and I'm curious, what does he need to know about what's happening?
The pathways of energy within this individual have been aligned. They have been aligned for some time. But there has been some points at which there has been some stagnation in the energy flow itself. It's a cumulative effect of much of what he does. This process of allowing the messages to come through from us, the connection points for others, the animal connection points, the connection points to any other aspect, though it is what he is aligned to do. There is some intervention that is to be needed. For the human body itself cannot fully function within the realms of this energetic space 100% of the time. This is merely just a byproduct of being in this space for an accumulative point of time. There is no physical damage, but it is an energetic pathway problem. So allow this to continue. The pathways are opening and clearing. There will be a rejuvenated aspect of processing, connection points, alignments, clarity, and understanding of what lies before him.
Beautiful, thank you. And in closing, do you have any parting messages for us, please?
Understand this aspect of truth and strength. Understand that as you depart here, as you go about your day tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, now that you are aware of these pieces, as long as you understand the process of beginning to build that strength and standing in your truth, you can witness to it to yourself. As you understand this for yourself, you can begin to witness it for others. That is building the collective. That is building the collective of energy that is needed for this planet. For you individually are not going to change the planet. You are not going to change the country you are in. You are not going to change the state you are in. You are not going to change the city you are in. But you are going to change you, the individual, the human you came here to inhabit. You are going to change this being so that all others can see it exactly how it's supposed to be seen. And they will begin to see themselves, and others will begin to see themselves. That is the collective change that has been brought to you in message upon message. The collective change is greater than an individual change. So allow yourself this process to begin. Witness your own strength and your own truth, and stand within it, and move forward in all things that you do.
Magnificent. Thank you so very much for being present with us this evening.
As always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love.